Hey YouTube, this is NJ Trains and Destinations, and here I'm going to give you a quick look at the 2021 Nissan Versa. I believe the Versa comes in 3 trims. You got the base S, then this mid-level SV, and then the top of the line SL. The Versa has been made since the late 2000s, and this is the 3rd generation of the car, which debuted in 2020. Got the nice alloys on there. Very similar look to the recent Altimas and Maximas, as well as the Sentra. Alright, we'll start out with the trunk first, in which you can use the key. So this is the key. It comes standard with this sort of smart key access system. It's not true smart key access, and I'll show you why in a sec. But anyway, just hold this down to get open the trunk. There's no way to open the trunk otherwise. And open up the trunk, you do have a nice amount of cargo space. Got a cargo cover there. You actually get a spare tire in this one. And then the rear seats also fold down, which I'll show you in a sec. Now getting to the driver's door, this is one area where they do cheap out. Now again, this does have, a key fob. However, there's no button on the door to unlock the door. So while this does have smart key access system, the only way to unlock the car is to use the key fob. There's no buttons or touch pads anywhere to open any of the doors. So it's like a 50-50 smart key access. They kind of half-assed it, but anyway. So you do need the key. It's the only way to open the car. And then once you open the door, you got some okay feeling cloth here. Otherwise, it's hard plastic. As you would expect. Power everything with an auto down driver's window. And you do have these 2-tone seats. Sort of unique pattern. It's a combination of gray, black, and white. I do like it. It's better than having an all drab, dark interior, like a lot of these cheap cars have. Now, getting in, it is pretty easy. This is a subcompact car. But even though it's a standard sedan, getting in is easy. Now, right off the bat, though, one thing that is hilarious is that even though this looks padded and you can see the stitching, this isn't real. This is all hard plastic. So, at least on this trim, I'm pretty sure if you get the SL, that'll have this be padded and have actual stitching. But on the cheaper models, you get a plastic panel. You get a plastic panel that looks like it's padded, but it's not. So, fake padded panel and also fake stitching. This is just a plastic molding. So you got your fake panel and your fake stitching. I've never seen that before. It's pretty hilarious, but what do you expect for a cheap car? Anyway, though, looking forward, I do like the flat bottom steering wheel, so it's nice even on the cheapest Nissans you get that now. And looking at the display, you do have a half digital and half analog display, infotainment, climate controls, your CVT, as well as your e-brake. And then you also got cup holders and a little back pocket there. One with USB-C ports. And then here you do have a standard USB port and a power outlet. And this is what you would use up to hook up your Apple CarPlay. Start it up. So going through your different settings here, you just use the buttons and the OK here. So we'll start out here on the I or information. So with this menu, you got your digital speedo, tells you if your radio's on and off, and also your driver assistance. And it tells you some additional info. And as far as driver aids go, this particular one, I believe the mid-level trims do come with this. I'm not sure about the base, but this one does have the blind spot monitoring, as well as forward collision alert, and as well as lane departure warning. So actually will buzz the steering wheel if it feels you're departing the lane. So having those safety features in a car this cheap, that's pretty nice. I do like that. Pretty good value. So after that screen, you go over and this is settings where you can customize your driver information and all that. And then going over here, this tells you your fuel economy. So this is averaging 34 miles a gallon. go over one more, it tells you about your audio, and then you go over one more and you actually get a digital RPM gauge. Which, as you can see, it's a very nice, very fluid animation, and it also tells you your fuel range there. And then of course you also have an electronic fuel gauge down there. And then up in the middle, you have your clock, temperature, and like I said, your physical speedometer. Nice little horn there. Got your wiper controls, headlight controls. Moving on over here, you have your hazards as well as your infotainment system. Now, I do like this system. It's not the most impressive in terms of graphics, but I love the physical buttons. It makes this thing very easy to use. So if you go to your camera, you can change your camera settings, and then your audio, as you can see. So you can switch between, so you got your phone there, you got to audio, and then here you can switch between AM, FM, Sirius, satellite radio if equipped, as well as Bluetooth audio. And then also, if you don't want to use the touchscreen buttons here, you can use these little side buttons here as well. And then you can also use that to quickly adjust the brightness. So that's pretty nice. So I do like that. Very easy system to use. Pretty basic, but it gets the job done. And decently fast as well. Very easy. So I like it. And you also got a tune knob. So I really love that as well. I don't know why automakers are getting rid of these physical controls, but this is nice. So I do applaud Nissan for doing this. So thank you, Nissan. And then down here you do have your climate controls. Sounds like a vacuum cleaner. Oh, as you expect, a cheap car. Then your CVT right there. It also does have a little button here to activate sport mode, and this will basically just keep up the revs. That's all that does, really. But I will say that even with this fake padded panel and the fake stitching, I do like that it's white. You know, having this sort of contrast is quite nice, since so many cheap cars have just all black interiors and it's just very dreary. So I do like this. And then here you do got your interior illumination. You also got very big sun visors with a very, very huge sunshade. I really like this, actually. Look at that. Total coverage. I mean, I will say little things like that definitely increase the value for, you know, a small economy car like this. You also got a little animation there when you open and close the doors. Anyway, so we'll pop the hood. That's for your fuel. Obviously, that's pretty annoying. Why they put these next to each other, I don't know. And then nice little vents. And you also have a little bit of black piano trim around the air vents. And a little beep if it doesn't detect the key. Coming to the back seat, the door opens out nice and wide. You also have a very roomy back seat for a subcompact car, one of the best in class. And then if you pull up right here on this hook, there we go. Puts down the rear seat, nicely increasing the cargo space. Although you don't have a flat floor, so there's a bit of a hump here. And I will get it on the other side. Also, another little sign of cheapness, if when you close the door, the mirror rattles. It's a little hard to notice, but this does rattle every time you close the door, I've noticed. Then, under the hood here, you have a 1.6 liter 4-cylinder, makes 122 horsepower. Despite the numbers, this thing is quite gutsy with that CVT. You can definitely keep up in traffic in this. It's Pepular Motor. Also surprisingly rev happy for a Nissan. You also have little bottle holders in the back, and coming inside, it's a little hard to see, but legroom is quite good. Headroom, I am touching the ceiling. A little cheap because these are just integrated headrests. No back pocket there, got a back pocket there, but not bad. Definitely sit back here just fine. Anyway, that concludes my video. on the 2021 Nissan Versa. Two things I failed to mention: when you put the car into reverse, in addition to your backup camera, you also do have parking sensors. And you also have a voice command system.
Say a command.
Tune 90.1 FM. And there we go. So when you turn off the car, on the screen here, what pops up is called an Eco Drive Report. Basically, it tells you how efficiently you were driving during your drive and what the MPG was. Acceleration pass and in sport mode. Not bad. And with these modern CVTs, they essentially mimic conventional automatics. See, it's quite peppy. And then when you take it out of sport mode, as you can see, the revs go down. And cruising at highway speeds does a pretty good job as well.